Shalom Yasha'Allah Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High Yahweh. I do so in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Yashar Allah. All Aloyam La Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Harakakodash, for blessing our elders with the spirit of truth, so that we may know. Shout out to the Akim and the Akwaf that's keeping the faith in the workshop. Keep at it. It's your brother Abaya coming at you with more quoted precepts. Of course, Scripture tells us to walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the times, because the days are evil. Alright? The Lord is amping up the spirits in Esau Edom. Alright? I saw a video, my brother had did a video of it was this female that was basically saying the same thing I just said, but how she worded it was like spot on. She was basically saying the nature in Esau itself is wicked as hell. The mind of Esau is vile. That's why the scripture called him the wicked, like the wicked, like the border of wickedness. Like you can't get no more viler than Esau Edom. And that's just his mindset. And that mindset in Esau Edom constantly wants to be evil. He constantly wants to kill. He constantly wants to rape, rob, and murder. He constantly wants to do this. But the only thing really restricting Esau from just fully being a full-fledged, Edomite of old is Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, right, putting the cap on that spirit until a certain time, right, Daniel chapter 12, right, and B, society. Society been kind of put chains, he didn't kind of put chains on himself, right, by, lying to the world, saying that, this is a peaceable, civilization and, equality for all and so forth and so on. So in order for that lie to uphold itself, they mean they can't be full-fledged Esau. So they have to contain themselves. It's just like us when we go out and about, right? We go to the jobs or we go to the stores or whatever. You really can't be full-fledged you. You gotta tone it down a bit in order to operate in society. But the Lord is cranking up these spirits, right, to where they don't give a damn about, you seeing the real E. They don't care, right? And all of this is prophetic, man. The Lord said He would put the Egyptian versus the Egyptians. There's several scriptures that speaks about the Lord basically allowing civil war to happen, right? And not only civil war, but war, one amongst another, like friends fighting his enemies, right? But as far as Esau and Jacob go, that war go all the way back to the time of Esau and Jacob, right? Go back to the time of Cain and Abel, right? Go back to the time of the serpent and Adam, right? How the serpent went to, Eve to try to trip up Adam, and, he succeeded. But it was all in the will of the Lord. Just like what's happening now is all in the will of the Lord. So it's for the good, right? Whatever the enemy meant for bad is for our good, right? Through the turmoil and the insaneness that's about to occur in the daughter of Babylon, right? It'll only be, the Lord taking His people through proving grounds, right? Us being tried as gold is tried in the furnace. And Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai Ratazah, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai Ratazah, we make it out on the other side, pure. And pure and right. And the Lord, His people, His elect of His elect. Alright? The meantime, between time, the Lord is cranking up these spirits. Alright, like it said in scripture, there'll be spirits created for vengeance. Right, the Lord cranking up these spirits to go at these 2/3, to go at other Edomites, to go at other nations that have gone against the Lord's people, right? Joel chapter 3. And we are witnessing it, right? The Lord is bringing down the daughter of Babylon right before our eyes, which is the Lord is bringing us closer to our salvation right before our eyes. Zephaniah chapter 3, right? So, hey, you know, when you out and about, please don't be lax, you know. Stay watching, man. Keep your head on the swivel, you know. Be sober-minded. I mean, literally sober-minded. I'm not talking about doctrine. I'm talking about be literally sober-minded anytime you go out and about, which is, you know, that's common anyway, right? If you in this truth, that's common anyway, right? But more so now than ever, and the day's coming, same thing, right? Because I don't know if you see it or not, but the Lord working the work, and it's all dealing with the end time prophecies, and the end time prophecies are not sweet. They are hard. They are harsh, right? Because the Lord has to let the world know who He is. Right? We know it. We know who He is, you know, through reading the scriptures and applying the scriptures in our life and going through things and calling on the Lord and having things happen to us and understanding that, you know, you got to have bad with good. You can't just be all good. Have to have some bad to come with it, right? Whether that bad be, you know, health problems, problems with your vehicle, problems with your spouse, problems with your kid, problem at the job, problems on top of problems on top of problems, right? But we understand, you know, that's this world, and the Lord deals with balance. So, you know, things have to happen. But like I said, man, just if you go out, man, whenever you go out, even if you, I ain't just talking about, I'm not just saying the Lord putting the spirit in Esau either. I'm talking about the Lord putting the spirit in these wicked ass Jakes too. Right? Especially these teens, man. There's a whole nother type of spirit right there. I'm talking about heartless individuals. These folk talking about taking bodies like that's earning money, like that's having bread, like that's having stacks of money. Like taking the body is more important. Like killing somebody or unaliving somebody is more important than having money. Where that logic come from is beyond me. But once again, the Lord putting it in these spirits, you know, to be like that in these times. All right? Cause hey, that's the time we living in. We living in the time of you know, trouble. So just keep your head on the swivel, you know, stay prayed up, you know, stay faithfully working, man. Do what you need to do in order to endure. And at the end of the day, that's on the Lord. The Lord already chose who's going to endure until the end and be saved. That ain't really a work that we can do. That's a hope that we can have, and that's a hope that we do have, a faithful hope. And that hope is backed up by faithful works, because faith without works is dead being alone, right? So just maintain that, man, and we're gonna look up, man, and this whole thing gonna be over with, and this gonna be a thing of the past. And that's what it's ultimately leading up to. That's what all the crazy leading up to, right? All of the World War III, the Civil War, the, you know, Esau, Edom getting loose. All of this is leading up to peace, because you got to go through destruction in order to get peace. You got to go through war in order to get peace, right? And this war that's coming gonna be the war of wars, right? So yeah, I end with that, man. That I say, how about Shimmy Al-Shah you were edified by this first off, and yeah, with that I said, call Haloyim La Yahweh Ba Hashem Yahweh Shai Ba Hashem Harakak Shalom Yashala.